You want some? Come get some.
This is such good
I am the visionary. I am a revolutionary. I am Seth.
Give it great. I can't give the stuff to Nestle, but I can give it to my mama. I can give it to my mommy.
Acknowledge me.
What's up, guys, and welcome to Rasslin with Ryan here on October 27th. What's up, bro? What's going on?
What's up? Nothing much. You know, home for the weekend. You know, I had a little Halloween party. Figured, you know, since I'm here, we could do a live podcast.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's always good when Ryan's in town when we can record in person, so I can look at his ugly face in person.
You think it's easy for me to have to look at that ugly face of yours, especially with all that facial hair?
Of course, I'm a beautiful motherfucker. But anyways.
Ugly. But anyways, we are here to give you our Crown Jewel predictions. And what else are we discussing, Mike?
We're going to be talking about the Bloodline. Yeah. The Bloodline going forward and what we see right now and maybe even into WrestleMania. But yeah, we have WWE Crown Jewel coming up. When's Crown Jewel? That is
Saturday.
Next Saturday. So that's going to be the triannual Saudi Arabia. I can't even speak right now. The triannual Saudi Arabia show. We can just get into the match card and give a little predictions for you guys. What do you think is going to be happening? Let's start with the Kevin Owens and Randy Orton match.
Okay, so now this match has a lot of intrigue and interest right now because, you know, Randy Orton chose Cody's side, and we know Kevin Owens felt betrayed by Cody Rhodes. Mm-hmm. And if you look at it, Kevin Owens wasn't in the wrong. Because it's true, Cody did, you know, turn in a way by teaming with Roman, and then Randy chose Cody, and so Kevin Owens feels like, oh great, his two closest friends just, you know, turned on him, left him in the dust. So there's a lot of animosity to this match, and so it'll be curious to see how it plays out. And I honestly think KO is going to get the win because I think he really needs the big win. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that would help to progress the story. Yeah. Because I wouldn't be surprised if we see Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes again.
Yeah.
For the title.
Yeah, definitely. So, there's a lot of intrigue into the storyline. It started at the last pay-per-view, Bad Blood, back in the beginning of October. WWE played it off really nicely in a way that we've never seen before. We've seen, you know, something off-air. And it wasn't even like the usual off-air, but like also like cameras are filming it and everything. This was just perfectly set up where they had wrestlers in the where they park their where Cody parks his RV, and where fans can watch them go to their cars. They just had Kevin Owens and they had Cody Rhodes just having a conversation where fans could see, and then all of a sudden, no cameras around, Kevin Owens starts beating up on Cody Rhodes. Perfectly set up, and so the explanation hasn't really been told to the WWE audience. It wasn't really told to the audience right afterwards. We kind of had to wait a little bit, but I think it was masterfully set up for the eventual Kevin Owens turn that we were expecting, and now that it's here, I think it's a perfect way to set him up going for the future as well, because not only is he a heel now, but he's basically a heel in a sense that he feels betrayed from Cody Rhodes, and he feels betrayed from Randy Orton. One, Cody Rhodes aligning himself with Roman Reigns. You have hiccups?
A little bit.
Drink some water.
I'm all good, though.
This guy's just having the hiccups in the middle of a podcast.
It happens. It's just hiccups.
Yeah.
But anyways, you were saying?
Kevin Owens feeling betrayed from Randy Orton and from Cody Rhodes, like I said, with Cody aligning himself with the Bloodline, not the Bloodline, but Cody with Roman Reigns, and he felt like, look, I've had your back all these many months, all this time, and for you to align yourself with Roman Reigns, how dare you? And honestly, like, he's right. Like, how dare Cody Rhodes align himself with Roman Reigns, knowing everything that they had been through? You know?
Yeah, and another interesting thing about this storyline, it's actually playing off of the real life expiration of Kevin Owens' contract with WWE.
Yeah, that's something I haven't even thought of. Is his contract ending soon?
Yeah, they're playing into it. That's why Kevin Owens said in one of his promos, he's like, I don't know when or if I'll see you guys again because of his contract situation. But yeah, no, they're basing it off of the real situation of his contract expiring.
Wow. So there's a lot of realism played into this storyline, and I think it's been really well done. Now you have Kevin Owens and Randy Orton having a match at Crown Jewel. Randy Orton wanting a match because Kevin Owens attacked him, and so Randy Orton is out for revenge with Kevin Owens. And it was interesting what they did on SmackDown, having Triple H come out.
because he asked Nick Aldis, and Nick Aldis said, no, you have to talk to the higher ups, and the higher ups being Triple H, and it was nice seeing Randy actually call out Triple H, because it's like, we see Triple H on screen, but not that often.
Right.
He comes out just to introduce a new championship, or make an announcement, or the press conference. So seeing Triple H come out and actually help with progressing a storyline. But hey, man, I'll tell you, Triple H, he can still cut a damn good promo today.
Oh well, Triple H is one of the best promos ever. Really, but Triple H is really passionate about something.
And there's a little joke. He called out Randy Orton for being late to work.
Yeah.
And it caused Randy to break character.
And I guess Randy Orton was actually late to the building on that SmackDown. But yeah, it's interesting the way they played it off. Adding Triple H to the storyline in a way that we really haven't seen Triple H being added to a storyline.
Yeah, and he even said, he's like, I'm not doing this to protect Kevin Owens. I'm doing this to protect you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So with that, look, I think Kevin Owens does get the win at Crown Jewel, and I think this is going to set the impetus for Randy Orton to turn on Cody Rhodes. Not Cody Rhodes, but to turn on the WWE Universe and become a bad guy again. Because look, Randy Orton hasn't won a match all year long. He's been back for, a year now?
His lone, pay-per-view win was the War Games match.
So, Randy Orton not being able to get a single victory within a year's time, that's going to be a catalyst for Randy Orton to turn heel. So I think Kevin Owens does get the win at Crown Jewel, as he should, and then that's going to make the way for Randy Orton to turn heel and possibly chase for the WWE Championship. We'll see.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, because I know the last time we did see a Randy Cody feud, it was Cody was the heel and Randy was the babyface.
Yep.
Because after it was with the legacy, so it'll be interesting to see, Cody being the face and then Randy being the heel. Exactly. And with how much Cody has improved, the rivalry had come such a long way.
Exactly. All right, let's move on to Bronson Reed versus Seth freaking Rollins.
You gotta sing his song.
No,
because he is a revolutionary. He is a visionary. He is Seth freaking Rollins.
Alrighty then. Well, Big Bronson Reed.
You should know by that I'm a Seth guy.
Well, unfortunately you are. I'm a CM Punk guy, so there is opposite ends of the earth. You stand on one, I stand on the other. But let's talk about Big Bronson Reed for a second.
He's really stepped up since he took out Seth Rollins with the 6 tsunamis, and apparently that wasn't the original plan. The original plan was not 6 tsunamis. The original plan was only for I think 2 or 3 of them. Yeah,
so he was a guy that was just kind of toileting around. He had, they kind of made some vignettes for him, and he had some wins, but then really didn't really do much of anything, really.
Because he hadn't really been in the title picture since he was in that United States Championship Elimination Chamber match last year.
Mm-hmm. And so, he had the storyline going on where he couldn't even get Adam Pearce's attention. And so, I think what they did right here, actually a couple months ago, with giving Seth Rollins the 6 tsunamis off the top rope, that was brilliant. That's the way you make a guy.
That's how you make a star, and the crowd was eating it up.
Oh my God, Pat McAfee on commentary, the way Michael Cole was just selling it, that was the way you make a star,
And that's something we haven't seen in years.
Exactly.
We haven't seen something like that in years.
Exactly. There's been just not that many moments where you can honestly say it was shocking the way they made a superstar, and this was the case.
And Bronson Reed, for being a big guy, he's got a lot of talent and skill for being being a big guy, and not to go like slightly off topic, but like that last Monster Dandy match he had with Braun Strowman, man, that was having two giant heavyweights like that. You're expecting like, oh, it's not gonna be that good of a match. No, they put on one hell of a match.
They did.
That was an amazing match.
They did, and I thought about this like a while back when that match was going on. I thought that if Vince McMahon was still around, Braun Strowman would have been the guy to not only have taken the loss, but Bronson Reed would have just smashed Braun Breaker. But not Braun Breaker, Braun Strowman. There's so many Brauns. There's too many Brauns in the WWE. Braun Breaker, Braun Strowman, Bronson Reed. But if Vince McMahon was around, Braun Strowman would have been the guy to get jobbed out, and it would have been a smashing of him.
But he probably wouldn't even be in the company because remember he was released under the Vince regime.
Yeah.
And Triple H brought him back.
Exactly. But good on Triple H and the creative to really get the best out of those two guys, and going forward, Big Bronson Reed's now in a pretty big program with Seth Rollins, and so Seth Rollins is a tippy top main event guy, and so putting him in not a main event spot, but a big program with Seth Rollins is going to do wonders for him.
Yeah, and I honestly I can see this match going either way, but I do think Seth comes out with the win only because I think they want to start to build Seth back up again. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see like a trilogy between these two and Bronson Reed comes out victorious in the end.
Yeah, I think my brain says that Seth Rollins will win, but I think if you're going to go smart here, and I think really you should give the win to Bronson Reed because Seth is already a made man.
Yeah, and if they want to make Bronson Reed credible, having him beat a guy like Seth, and then potentially moving on to the world title picture. Because I'll admit it, Bronson Reed, he has world champion written all over him. Yeah, of course, he still has to get pushed a bit more and built up more, but he definitely has the ability to have a lengthy reign as a champion, whether it's the IC title or the world title or just any championship.
Exactly.
I think it's only a matter of time before we see Bronson Reed with a championship.
Oh yeah, definitely. Whether it's the Intercontinental title or the U.S. title. I think he's definitely on that path, and so I think if WWE is smart, they give Big Bronson Reed the win here, and then they probably run it back at Survivor Series where Seth gets the win. We'll move on to Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill versus Chelsea Green and Piper Niven versus.
No, you gotta say her name right, Chelsea Green.
Oh, they can't do that because Samantha Irvin is not with WWE anymore. So this is a
a fatal four-way.
So this is a fatal four-way tag team match for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships.
Yeah, so Piper Niven and Chelsea Green.
Yeah.
Again, Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill.
Piper Niven. Piper Niven.
Well, I got that. Yeah. But
Lash Legend and Jakar Jackson.
Jakar Jackson, and who was the other?
Io Sky.
Io Sky and Kairi Sane. Yeah. No, I think that match is a lot of potential. Everybody in that match is very talented, and you could argue that Io Sky is the best in-ring performer for the women right now.
Yeah, exactly.
But then also you have someone like Bianca Belair who's really been on a tear lately, in her in-ring ability.
Yeah, it's been kind of weird how they switched Io Sky and Kairi Sane to being baby faces. After they were heels for so long, and so at the end of the day, I still think Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill get the win in this matchup. It's about it's only a matter of time when they decide to split up the tag team of Bianca Belair
because we all know this is eventually going to lead to the inevitable Bianca Belair versus Jade Cargill at WrestleMania.
Exactly. Yeah. No, that's what I was going to say.
And I think they should do it where Bianca is the heel because Bianca hasn't been a heel since her NXT days.
I think if they're playing it smart, they should just wait it out until the Royal Rumble match, and then I think Bianca Belair throws out Jade Cargill. I think that would get a tremendous reaction from the crowd, and then that would set up the matchup between those two. I think in between, I don't know if they still keep the tag team championships or if you want to take it off them, but in the end, it's the real story is about when they're going to split up the two.
Yeah, I think that's the moment everybody's looking forward to. That's big picture for them eventually.
If you want to see something funny, I sent it to Ryan earlier. It's go on WWE's Instagram account. They posted a video of Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair filling something like a mysterious object in a box.
And it was the boogeyman.
It was the boogeyman's head.
He's
They're like,
coming to get you.
and you have Bianca Belair just digging up in his nose,
And
his
an
eyes.
eye, and she's like, "That's an eye."
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, I think there's burgers in there."
Mhm.
And it comes out, and he scares them, and they're just screaming.
Yeah.
You know, it was really funny. That was great.
It was great.
But anyway, I think Bianca and Jade retain the titles.
All right, next up we have a triple threat match for the United States Championship. LA Knight versus Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes. Now look, we just had Game 7 of Carmelo and Andrade. What do you think of that match?
I mean, I haven't finished watching SmackDown yet, but I know that match kind of had a little bit of a... It didn't really have a finish because LA Knight was kind of just like... got too much in the middle of it, which is why we get this triple threat match, which I think was the right call, because, you know, they keep Andrade and Carmelo, like, their rivalry going, but also, you know, put them in the title scene. I definitely think we're going to see... I wouldn't be surprised if that's the match of the night at the end of the night.
Yeah,
you know,
hopefully.
Because Andrade and Carmelo are great in the ring, and then LA Knight's been stepping it up.
He really has been.
In the ring, and so I think it's going to be a solid match, a great match. But at the end of it, and still, L.A. Knight, yeah.
Yeah, I think LA Knight does get he retains the title, and I think he probably keeps it until WrestleMania, maybe.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to drop the title anytime soon.
Yeah. What you do with Andrade and Carmelo Hayes going forward, I don't know. I mean, look, you have two really talented guys on the roster, and so I don't know if you continue their feud, but or if you try to get them into other programs, but hopefully they don't fall off the face of the earth.
Yeah,
which I don't think they will.
And hopefully they don't do the thing where all of a sudden they're a tag team now, like how we had Sheamus and Cesaro. They had their best of 7, and then at the end they became the Bar. So hopefully we don't see that. I don't think we will.
Yeah,
but
who knows? Yeah. All right, let's move on to the WWE Women's Championship match. Oh no, sorry. It's going to be the WWE Women's Crown Jewel Championship. Yeah, sorry about that.
First ever, and this title is only for Crown Jewel. It's not going to be recognized as a legitimate championship.
Mm-hmm.
It's only for Crown Jewel.
Yep. So
it's going to be Women's World Heavyweight Champion Liv Morgan versus the WWE Women's Champ Nia Jax. I don't think this match is going to be very good.
No, you have Liv Morgan, who's been improved in the ring.
Nia's gotten better.
Look at Nia Jax has gotten a lot better.
She's done some of her best work these last couple months.
I can honestly see them shocking people.
I'm not gonna say the match is gonna be like instant classic. I think they can give us a decent match.
I think you have the interference of Dirty Dom, and I think you have some parallels there.
Gets involved.
Yeah, I think they could put out a pretty good match, and I think
they're gonna give it to Nia Jax because it looks like she is getting a push.
They
did give her the Queen of the Ring and then the Women's Championship.
I'm gonna make a prediction here. Nia wins. She gets the Crown Jewel Championship. Rhea interferes. She probably ends up laying out Nia Jax, and then it's Tiffy time. Cash again.
You think Tiffany Stratton's gonna cash in?
Yep.
And then cash in, I think, would cement her face turn.
Yeah.
Because they've slowly been teasing making Tiffany Stratton a babyface.
Yep.
And she's never been a babyface in her career dating back to NXT. She's never been a babyface. But she's so over with the crowd right now. Like, and she has a lot of charisma and a lot of talent. I think turning her face could be a great move for the long term.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah.
Especially because there's a lot of babyface women that aren't really clicking with the crowd. And I think it'd be a nice change of pace to see someone like Tiffany Stratton taking the role of a babyface.
Exactly. And then you have the main event. You have the WWE Men's Crown Jewel Championship on the line. It is the World Heavyweight Champion Gunther versus the WWE Champion,
the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. This match is going to be a banger. This match is going to be a classic.
It should be. It
should be. Both men are really talented.
Yeah.
And I think this match can go either way, but I think it is ultimately going to end up being Cody because, Cody is the guy. I don't think they want Cody to lose. But at the same time, I don't think they want Gunther to lose either.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
I don't think there's going to be a screwy finish. I do think Cody ends up with the win, but like I said, I think it could go either way.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting how they protect both guys being world champions. You don't want to beat Gunther, but also you don't want to beat Cody Rhodes. So I feel like there's going to have to be something that gives here in terms of interference.
Who knows? Maybe we see Kevin Owens get involved in this match.
Maybe so. And it should be a great match considering what we saw at the Royal Rumble 2 years ago.
Oh, that was amazing.
That was amazing.
Even that was not even 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But from what we saw, they had me on the edge of my seat. Like I honestly thought Gunther had it.
Exactly.
It really, and that's what made it so great. It's like it looked like either man could win.
Yeah.
Who's gonna win? And so I thought that was really well done. And now the fact that they have a full-fledged match and they're doing it in a way where neither man can lose their title.
Yep.
Which I think is also great. I know a lot of people say this concept is dumb and stupid, which I think it is too. But at the same time, it protects both men because now the title's on the line. I don't think we're seeing either man drop the title soon.
No.
I think Gunther holds on to it till WrestleMania. I don't know if Cody holds on to it till WrestleMania, but I think he holds on to it until maybe at least the Rumble.
Yeah.
But I don't see either man dropping their titles anytime soon.
No, exactly. And so, it'll be interesting to see what they do if there is going to be an interference in some way. But I'm thinking Cody Rhodes comes out with the win here. And so
yeah.
All right. So that concludes our Crown Jewel predictions.
And now
let's talk about the Bloodline.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Bloodline a little bit. Yeah.
We saw main event Jey Uso lose his Intercontinental Championship back to Braun Breaker on Raw with interference from Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu. And so Braun Breaker is once again your Intercontinental Champion. God bless your beautiful soul.
Thank you.
But anyway, so we saw Braun Breaker regain the Intercontinental Championship, and we saw Jey come to SmackDown, and he made amends with his brother. Made amends with Roman. They hugged it out.
Yeah.
And they put up the ones, and so now it looks like we're gonna get that OG Bloodline versus the new Bloodline.
It really does look like that. Obviously, they're going to reconcile with Roman Reigns.
Yeah, and then we got to see how if they're going to go to Sami Zayn to try to get him in on it.
Yeah.
Because we don't know if this is going to be a war game. I'm assuming this is leading to a Bloodline Civil War games.
Yep, exactly.
So it depends on if they want to factor Sami into it, or if we see a new member or two of the Bloodline debut.
Yeah.
And we have to see if The Rock's going to be involved in any way.
Yeah. Going back, a couple weeks ago, Dave Meltzer reported that The Rock's not going to be at WrestleMania. That was all just
and then The Rock came out and saying that it was bullshit and that he will be there.
Yeah, exactly.
He will be there.
The Rock's not appearing at Bad Blood and then not appearing at WrestleMania.
Yeah, that wouldn't make any sense.
Exactly.
And I'm pretty sure they already have his not completely set in stone, but I'm pretty sure they already have The Rock's plans for WrestleMania.
Oh yeah.
Well, I think at the end we finally get Roman versus The Rock. I think this is what it's all going to lead to.
I hope so. My hope is that we finally get that Roman and Rock match, just so we can finally get it out of the way. But let's see because there's still a story to be told with Cody and The Rock. How does that factor? And so if they want to make a triple threat match out of that going into WrestleMania, I mean, who knows? I mean, that could be for the WWE title. You know, that could be a triple threat match that the fans would, that'd be a big time WrestleMania match.
It would be, because think about it. You have one of the greatest superstars, most box office superstars of all time in The Rock. You have one of the most over guys right now in Roman Reigns, and then you have the company guy, Cody Rhodes. Mm-hmm. That's a recipe for success right there.
Exactly.
Of course, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to correlate to a great match. I think they will end up putting on a great match, but I mean, I hope it's just Rock versus Roman.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if it's not Rock versus Roman next year, I don't think we're gonna get it.
Yeah.
It's pretty much it's now or never.
No, exactly. I think it is now or never because you can't just keep continuing to be like, oh, next year we'll do it, and if it doesn't work, then next year we'll do it.
Because who knows if The Rock's gonna want to do it in
right? And he's
in
also
2 years.
52 years
He's
old.
52 and he's busy with Hollywood. So who knows if that's his plan? Of course, he might be like, oh, if I could be at WrestleMania, I'll be there. But like, a lot can change.
So it'll be interesting to see if they keep the title on Cody going all the way through, or this is just a thought that popped into my head. We see a one-on-one match of Cody versus The Rock at the Royal Rumble,
And The Rock wins.
and The Rock wins the title.
And we see Rock versus Roman for the title.
We see Rock versus Roman versus Cody, a triple threat match at WrestleMania, with Rock as champion.
And then who wins though?
Cody.
You think Cody wins?
Yeah. Cody has to win that match. But, yeah, I don't know if it's a great idea to keep the title on Cody all the way through, because then you're going into like a full year with Cody as champion, and then it's like, well, when are you going to take the title off of Cody?
It's like, yeah, he had his big, he finally finished the story at WrestleMania. It's like, okay, well, what's next?
Yeah. And so I think it would generate a lot of interest. And that match doesn't necessarily have to happen at the Royal Rumble. We have Saturday night's main event coming up at the Nassau Coliseum in December.
Yeah, and I hear they want to make it a really big show, and that would be a money match.
Or the first Raw on Netflix. You have that too. Not saying The Rock's going to wrestle on Raw, but you got two big events coming up before the Royal Rumble, because the Royal Rumble's in February. I don't know if they want to do it, or if The Rock wants to commit to something in December, but you have the first Netflix on Raw. That would just be huge for the company if they could pull off that match. I think The Rock did say he's not going to come back to WWE until 2025, but the first Raw on Netflix is in January.
2025.
It's 2025. So, but you do have that Saturday night's main event. So you have a lot of opportunities there. I'm just throwing it out there because I think it'd be better for Cody to lose the title, and then the bigger story for him is to have to chase it back. If Cody is champion heading into WrestleMania, then it's kind of like, well, we already know what's going to happen.
There's no story to tell there.
Yeah, there's not a lot of story to tell there. He has to beat The Rock. He has to beat Roman. We've seen this already. But if Cody loses the title, then we're cooking with oil here. So,
yeah.
Something to gnaw on. But, yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, no, it's very interesting to see what will happen in these next few months leading up to not just the Royal Rumble, but WrestleMania all together. I think this is when we're going to start to see the WrestleMania card, really start to come together.
Come together
And
right now over me.
and then we'll see, like, what the direction will be for Gunther of who he's going to face. Because I know a lot of people want Brock Lesnar versus Gunther. I don't think we're going to get it. I'm not saying
would be something if it was.
I'm not saying Brock's never going to return. I just think right now it's not likely.
Yeah, it's not likely.
Even though apparently everything's fine, and Triple H says, "Oh, if he wants to come back, he can come back."
Yeah, I don't know.
But again, there's a little bit of a gray area there. So it all depends on what the direction they want for Gunther. If they want him to still be champion headed into WrestleMania, it all depends on like who they want him to face, and it also depends because you have John Cena his last WrestleMania match ever, so you got to factor in like, do they want Cena in a world title match at WrestleMania, or do they want him in like a first time ever match or like a dream match? So there's a lot of possibilities. I know that me personally, like I want to see him win number 17, but I also want to see him win the IC title just so he can be a Grand Slam champion.
Yeah, there's a lot of parallels here in which they could run. That's a beautiful problem for WWE to have when you have so many guys that you can utilize, and you have to figure out how to utilize them. I was just thinking, like, where do you put Drew McIntyre into the WrestleMania fold? He's already, the feud with Punk is already done with,
and I think it's the direction we're seeing is Seth versus Punk at
Yeah.
WrestleMania. I think that's the direction.
Yeah.
Because that's what we were supposed to get this year in Philadelphia,
Mm-hmm.
but then Punk tore his triceps.
So I don't know if you want to interject that into the world title feud, or you just want to have that as a standalone feud. But there's so many parallels in which you can go here. But yeah, this is another fun wrestling with Ryan.
I mean, I know some people are saying that they think Drew should start a program with Braun Breaker for over the IC title. I could see that. You know, Drew's first singles title was the Intercontinental Championship. So there is some history there. There is some symbolism there.
That's true.
So it'll be interesting to see. But now you got to think, with Braun Breaker being a heel, are they going to turn Drew face and make him a baby face again? Or are they going to do heel versus heel, or are they going to make Drew more like a tweener?
Yeah.
That's the complicated thing.
Exactly.
Because I think Drew's doing some of his best work right now as a heel.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so you don't want to lose that momentum from Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, and you've already had Braun Breaker lose the championship once. I don't know if they want him to lose it again.
Yeah.
Cause I know they have big plans for Braun Breaker in the future. Because this guy's a future world champion.
He is a future world champion, but yeah, we'll talk about that on another podcast.
Yeah, but yeah, no, there's another great episode, and happy I got to do this with you live. I always enjoy doing this. It's always a fun time, always a good time.
Exactly. All right, remember guys to reach out to us on laceemuptakes@gmail.com if you guys have questions you want us to answer.
Or you can even hit us up on Instagram at LaceEmUpSports.
Exactly. Like I said, you can follow us on, Instagram. We have X. We have our Gmail account.
TikTok.
TikTok is a big one for us.
YouTube.
YouTube is another big one. Guys, so many platforms.
Yeah,
Lace 'em Up Sports.
Yeah, we're available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Exactly.
So so check us out. Spread the word. We appreciate the love and support, because none of this would be possible without you guys. And of course, we're gonna keep doing our best to post content for you on a daily basis, or if not at least a weekly basis.
Exactly.
So look out for another World Series thing coming soon.
Mm-hmm.
So
we have that. We have a lot of Lakers stuff coming up. We have
3-0, baby.
3-0.
3-0. Let's go.
Rams. Stuff coming out. The Rams are on their way to trying to hopefully make a playoff push.
Rams are picking up again, very similar to last season. Started off slow,
exactly,
and now they're picking it up.
Aaron Donald, please come back. But yeah, so a lot of stuff. If you love LA sports, this is the destination for you. All right, guys. Until next time. See ya.
Later.